Hello everybody, we've got a release for Snapshot 22w42a for Minecraft Java Edition. This is the first snapshot we've gotten in quite a while, and we have some pretty big changes to how the snapshots are going to be released in the future. So first off, sorry for this video being slightly late, and I will be covering snapshots from now on, so that's pretty nice. Anyways, for the Bedrock Edition, we've been seeing a lot of parity changes to match Java Edition, and now we've actually got a bit of parity that Java Edition is going to be matching Bedrock Edition in the way that the snapshots are released. And in the way that we can playtest the new things for Minecraft 1.20. So they've been saying that we might have thought that this was going to be a snapshot for 1.20, but it's actually for 1.19.3. In the snapshot, they're going to be releasing feature toggles, which is the parity for Bedrock Edition. So on Bedrock Edition, we've also had feature toggles. And what these allow you to do is activate in-game data packs that will enable the Minecraft 1.20 features. And you'll be able to do that via, as I said, in-game data packs. They'll be automatically there once you boot up this Snapshot 22w42a. So these are the experimental features. They've added in the camel, the bamboo wood set, the chiseled bookshelf, and the hanging signs. Of course, all the items that we saw in on Minecraft Live. Of course, if you haven't watched that, then the link to that will be down in the description. Also, the link to this changelog will be in the description as well. Now, that's not all for the experimental features. They've actually also changed a few sounds for nether wood types and bamboo. These now have some unique sets of sounds, which is also a part of the experimental features. And now, as I said earlier, this is actually a snapshot for Minecraft 1.19.3, Minecraft Java 1.19.3, and now, of course, we have the rest of the changes that aren't experimental. So there are a few huge changes. They've reworked the creative inventory tabs. They've made some pretty big changes to the chat. The Realms news button will now show a confirmation screen before opening the link. Stronghold placement code has been changed to be more efficient, causing stronghold positions to shift. Now, of course, that's pretty big news, especially for the speedrunning community out there. That's pretty big. It didn't change too much, but there are a few significant changes. So the strongholds will still be placed in the concentric rings, but their positions are going to be changing by a couple degrees. So that's something we're going to need to look out for. Now, there's also quite a few changes to the creative inventory. As I said, they've reworked the tabs. Same with the chat. Then they've got a bunch of technical changes as well, which I'm probably not going to read out because it'll just sound like I'm reading out some weird things and I won't even know what I'm talking about. We now have a few changes to the recipe book. So the crafting book or tabs can now be controlled by recipe definitions. And the categories available for shaped and shapeless and various special crafting recipes have also been changed. And now, of course, we are down to the bug fixes. We have a whole list of bug fixes. I couldn't be bothered to count them, but I believe it's around 75 bug fixes that we have, if not almost 100. And of course, I can't read all of those out because it's quite a lot. Once again, the changelog is in the description if you want to check each of those out, as well as the bug reports one by one. But I'll give you guys a few of the important ones. So mobs will now build up fall damage when dangling on lead. Jumping on farmland pushes the player a little bit. That will no longer happen. You will now be able to hold Q to drop items rapidly from container inventories, which is of course pretty nice. Mobs will now also be able to spawn on scaffolding. So mobs are now also no longer able to spawn on chorus flowers. Chest lashes will also rotate properly. villagers will be able to breed when standing up. You will no longer be able to set your spawn point inside an end portal, because if you would do that before, you would be stuck in the end forever. But let's have a few more here. The basalt and blackstone are now once again grouped together with the other polishable stone types in the creative inventory. Beds and respawn anchors are now grouped in the creative inventory as well, together with a few more of those item types. Water now renders correctly, and frogs will now no longer fall into deep holes, and there are a few more bug fixes related to frogs, all with pathfinding issues, which have now been fixed. And the menu panorama, it will now continue spinning forever. Previously, it would stop spinning after a few days in game. Anyways, for the rest, that's it. Of course, there is way more bug fixes. But, I'm not going to read all those out to you guys. They are also reminding us everywhere to report bugs if we find any and to help them. And for us players to help Mojang fix all the bugs. Obviously, this has been an amazing preview in Snapshot. Also, I've just released a video, like really recently, like a half an hour ago, on Minecraft Bedrock Beta and Preview 1.19.50.21, and in there we also got the experimental features, and we're able to look at stuff like the camels, and the hanging signs as well in game. Go check that video out, it'll be linked in the description. Anyways guys, thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye bye.